Trains in the year to September were less reliable than last year, except for the month of March. That's according to an indicator that tracks mean kilometres between failure, or MKBF. Now, Singapore authorities now want to publish other metrics as well to better reflect commuters' experiences. Charlotte Lim with more.
Last year, trains travelled 1.98 million mean kilometres before experiencing another fault lasting more than 5 minutes. And in data available up until September this year, trains did not perform better than this, except for March. Singapore has been publishing MKBF as an indicator of rail reliability since 2016. One industry observer says using this fault-based metric has its limitations, especially when new rail lines open. For instance, the Thomson East Coast Line began opening in 2020 and is not fully operational yet.
For new train systems or new train rail lines, we will realize that there is a lot of teething periods whereby we are also training up the systems to adapt to the operating conditions. And this means that when we look at the number itself, it does not mean anything that can actually tell us how good or how bad this line is, because the new line and the old lines have an inherent difference.
From now, the Land Transport Authority will also publish 3 new indicators: how often trains operated according to schedule, how often trips were completed on time, and the proportion of daily passengers affected by disruptions. In September, delays longer than 30 minutes took place along the Circle and East-West lines. Despite this, trains operated and arrived according to schedule more than 99% of the time, and less than 1% of daily passengers were affected by those delays. Professor Ong says the new indicators focus on what passengers actually experience on their daily commute. He adds these are also more precise measures that operators can use to pinpoint pain points.
Let's say there's a punctuality problem. So potential railway faults that affect the punctuality will have to be highlighted and looked for and rectified for improvements, or the scheduled distance could not be met. Then the question is, what has actually happened? And is it an operational problem or is it a systems problem? And these, I would have to say that it will actually help to understand the factors, rectify them correctly so that the reliability can be improved.
Another observer says these additional metrics allow for more ways to compare the MRT with other major metro systems around the world.
Many Singaporeans have traveled to these places, and they often have the impression that Hong Kong and Japan is doing better in public transport reliability than Singapore is. So they would say, why don't we learn from them? But actually, it's more that we should learn from each other because our performance is very similar to that of Hong Kong and Japan. Where